Pfeiffer.
And J Ping here checking in, man. Respect my region.
How's everybody doing tonight, man? We're back with another episode of the RMR Podcast. Talking music, cannabis, marketing, and game. So today we got a couple different topics, man. We're gonna get it started with a little section called "What You Smoking On." So, J Ping, what you smoking on today, man?
I'm honestly rolling up some ice cream cake here from Stizzy.
Some Stizzy ice cream cake. Okay.
Yeah, trying to, recently visited their downtown LA location, and when I was there visiting buddies, brand and whatnot, and Bud Tender said, "Yo, got a fresh batch in. You got to check it out. Got this at home. Classic sell, easy, bam, bam. Gonna put it to the test tonight. Gonna see what's going on."
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm on my last little Ted Nugent of this Virginia pop from Redbird, formerly known as Virginia Co. I
Mm-hmm.
know we talked about this last week on the this was one of the strains that was on our top Washington strains for the West Coast Weed Tour. It's a nice little mix of Do-si Do and Triangle Kush, man. So
Okay.
nice flavor there.
There we go. Nice and earthy, huh?
Yeah, yeah. And so I mean with that, we've been this campaign that we're on, if people aren't familiar, the West Coast Weed Tour. This is our third year driving up and down the entire West Coast from Seattle to LA and back. Um, Visiting dispensaries, cultivation facilities, edible kitchens, manufacturing facilities, concentrate labs, and reviewing products. This year we reviewed over 300 different cannabis products from Washington, Oregon, and California. And we are behind, like most things. 2020 put us behind, but we are currently in the middle of dropping all of our recap content, including our best of list. And so last week we did our best in Washington, and this week we have a couple other lists that we're dropping. So I'm gonna let Joey get into one of our top 10 list.
Yes. So West Coast Weed Tour, super dope. Reviewed so many damn products, man. Big huge shout out to all the brands involved. We're gonna start off with the best flower and weed that we reviewed in Oregon for 2020. So again, we started reviewing product in August. August 22nd was the kickoff date. We started reviewing, some runts. We started reviewing some of the Moonbow and some of those kinds of different, super crazy archive seed banks stuff that was out there. We did the cookies groups and, so many different kinds of strains, right? So in terms of the top 10, I'm going to start off at number 10. So we have the Smacks by Doghouse Cannabis. That would be Scooby Snacks and Mac. That's super dope. Purple Skittles by Rosebud Growers. That one is a Purple Punch and Skittles cross. We have the Larry Mints from Left Coast Farms. Larry Mints is one of the more earthy, piney, super mince genetics crosses that was on the list. Wookie Girl 91 by Cloud Cover Cannabis is next. Then we've got Peanut Brittle by Three Flavors Farms. That one sounds pretty good. Platinum Girl Scout Cookies and Peanut Butter Breath. So that one looks super dope. Then we had the Sour Tangy by Cloud Cover, which is my understanding that is a former High Times winner, I believe.
I'm not sure if it was their sour tangy or their straw nana. One of those ones was a high time sativa winner.
Oh, yep. Well, Mitch, unfortunately, it sounds like we had a little bit of audio difficulty right there for you.
Oh, can you hear me?
Mm.
Yo, yo, yo.
We'll try that
Am I
again,
back?
y'all. Quick
Am I
little
am I
reboot for
back?
Mitch. See if we can't get that audio fixed for him. Sour Tangy by Cloud Cover Cannabis was the last strain that we talked about. Mitch, how's your audio going? Check back in for us.
Am I good? Hello, hello,
There
hello,
we
hello.
there we
All right.
go. There we go. Much better. Much better. Um, your thoughts on Sour Tangy?
The sour tangy. I am not a big sativa guy. So I don't have the the hugest impression on that, but I did like the sour tangy from Cloud Cover,
Hmm.
and I and that is one of the few sativa strains that I definitely enjoy. The terps on that are crazy and just unmistakable. A great flavor.
We also have the Triangle Kush by Resin Ranchers. Resin Ranchers, one of the more popular, hyped up cannabis brands out of Oregon. So that's super dope. Let's see. What else did we have? We had the Cheetah Piss by Archive Genetics and the Heights Company. So that's super fire to see Cheetah Piss on the list. I've smoked Cheetah Piss myself a few times here in California. Love the sweet and sour nature of it and the high. I particularly get stuck. Kind of feel like I'm fucked up when I'm on it. It's pretty wild. Up next, we've got the Moonbow number 112 from Archive Seed Bank. Moonbow, one that you and I reviewed. I thought it was pretty good, to be honest. Was it the best of the best out of the bunch? No, but it was very, very close because the best weed that we reviewed this year in Oregon was the Runts from Re-Up Farms. So huge shout out to Re-Up Farms. The quick descriptions that we have here: the buds were rather small, but what they lacked in size, they made up for in the amount of trichome coverage and deep green hues with purple peeking through. The batch of Runts smelled great when I opened the jar, and an overwhelmingly sweet, fruity smell hit my nose, properly earning its name. So huge shout out to Runts, the strain of the year for Leafly, and the number one rated review from Oregon and Re-Up Farms. So super dope.
And it was a great, and I tried that. It was a great strain. Runts was, Leafly gave it the strain of the year last year. It is a fire strain. It's been something I definitely like. It's got the gelato base, which I've never held back my tongue of my undying love for gelato.
You love gelatos.
I really do. But the runs from Re-Up was outstanding. It was one of the best runs we had on the entire coast. Um, and it was a clear standout. As soon as I think Dylan actually bought that, as soon as Dylan bought it, I was like, he bought it for himself. I was like, I'm gonna need some of that for the for the review,
Yeah,
and I think
facts.
this would be pretty high up there. And sure enough, it took the top spot for Oregon.
Runts usually tastes really good unless it's old. So, you
Yeah,
know, at least in that case, like all this bud that we got was either something super fresh, recently dropped, or like, we went in asking for the best of the best in all these places. So,
right.
huge shout out to the state of Oregon for dropping some really solid heat there. Let's see, what do we have next? The best vape cartridges on the West Coast. So, there was a lot of, we'll call it turmoil the last, few years in terms of vape gate and, this crazy cough and people getting sick and all that kind of stuff. But most of that went to you know, kind of is for the birds at this point, at least in terms of, it kind of just disappeared. The conversation kind of just stopped. It's kind of switched over to COVID full force. And so, huge shout out to these companies for delivering product and not only lasting through VapeGate, but most of these businesses are actually, I'm sorry, all of these businesses are now essential in the three,
Right.
here on the West Coast, and it ranges from PAX pods to cartridges. So, I'm going to start again at the bottom, number 10 for the best vape cartridges that we reviewed on the West Coast. So, cannabis vape carts, full spectrum amnesia haze, 1 gram vape cart from Curvana from California starts it off at number 10, a 92 overall. Super terpy. The Curvana carts, man, really great brand. I'm a big fan. Coming in at number 9, the Connected Cannabis Forbidden Gushers. This is the disposable coming in. I believe, yep, it is a live resin disposable. Forbidden Gushers is going to be orangey and kind of sweet and piney. So, sounds like it was a delicious experience. Kosher Kush from Blue River Terps. That's one of the ones that I reviewed. Heavy, piney, earthy. Um, I felt like it could have been better, but at the end of the day, it was a very high quality product. It just wasn't the best of the best. Up next, we had Alpine Vapor, their Golden Strawberry Lemonade. I thought that the Golden Strawberry Lemonade is one of those live resins that it's a small batch one, and so it tasted really good, honestly, at the end of the day. Let's see what else did we have. The Curvana Mimosa coming in next. Curvana coming in hot this year. Really, really, really high quality. We have a new entry this year, the Roach Orange Creamsicle. That is a live resin disposable. It is super delicious, potent. Jazzy and I loved it. So, got a big shout out to Roach's team. Man, they're killing it. Up next, Full Spec, the Trainwreck Live Resin Pax Pod. Mitch, talk to the people. Let them know about your experience at LeafWorks, and let them know a little bit about the Full Spec brand.
Yeah, so Full Spec is a subsidiary brand of the LeafWorks family. LeafWorks has, I can't remember, I think there's 3 to 5 operational outdoor tier threes kind of in the same location up on the hill in Wenatchee. Super dope spot. Um, a lot of weed, a lot of very big plants, all grown single source to go straight soil to oil. They don't do any wholesale for their products. Nothing wrong against that business model, but it's very unique to have that single source where you're able to grow everything that you then extract and put into your own
Soil to
product.
oil.
Yeah, I mean, you just have a much more control of your supply chain and quality. You're able to quality control it throughout the entire process and know exactly what you're getting. Um, it's a great farm, great products, and they only do concentrates and vape products, you know what I mean? And I think when companies focus on that as opposed to doing so much, it gives them a leg up to really execute where they're at. And not saying there are plenty of farms out there that do everything and do it well, but the Full Spec brand is a more terpy uh live resiny product that is coming from the LeafWorks family. They have, dabs, concentrates, vape carts, and then the PAX pods. And I thought it was pretty unique to see so many disposables and PAX pods on this list this year.
People really, really recommended a variety of items at these stores. You've got different kinds of vapors, different kinds of dabbers, people looking for different kinds of oils now. They're starting to get really particular. And I think that was what was exciting is people's flavor profiles and the way they consume. It ultimately really expanded. And I think that was pretty exciting to see. So Full Spec, Trainwreck Live Resin Pax Pod, 94 overall. Up next, the Alpine Vapor Skittles Punch, 1 gram vape cartridge. Wonderful, great flavor, very smooth, very much like a purple punch cross with the Skittles. Up next, we had Buddy's brand 3 Bears OG cannabis derived terpenes distillate vape cartridge. 95 was the overall rating from Justin. Well, Justin was one of our first time reviewers this year, someone that I very much trust in terms of what he understands as to be the best of the best here in California. This guy literally, it's rosin all day with him, so he knows good flavor, he knows terps. Up next, we had the Curvana Earth OG. Dude, if you could have tried these Curvana carts, you would know just how terpy they are. They didn't taste like distillate. It was closer to a live resin extraction, which was super cool.
Which is a part of their process, right? They do kind of a unique proprietary extraction that's kind of a distillate, but it's more of a live resin and more of the natural, higher terps, a little bit
Yeah.
more THC.
Yep. And then the Curvana, the Dutch Treat, and then we have the Stizzy Blue Dream disposable. And then the winner from this year's best vape products is out of Oregon. It is the Willamette Valley Alchemy times Rogue Farmers Tropicana Punch Pax Pod. I gave it a perfect score with Jazzy. We both gave it a perfect score.
The first perfect score we've ever had.
Yes, and if you look, the article's already up on the website, and so for those following along, respectmyregion.com/best-vape-cartridge California. It'll come up. We gave this a perfect score for a couple of reasons. Number one, the packaging for it is consistent with most of the PAX pods that are out there. It's the newer edition. It's child-proof. It's recyclable, wind energy, sustainable. All the things going for it that make it like a really, really premium product as to why PAX picked it. Now, in terms of the actual oil, the vape experience, the flavor on this Tropicana Punch, I might as well have been breathing in a dab through the pack spot. It was incredible. So I felt that it was, arguably one of the best tasting items on the list as liquid live resin. It was super terpy. The high was delicious. The packaging, it had the terpene information. Um, you know, the flavor was so good that I didn't even necessarily care about what the genetics were as to Tropicana Punch. And so that was the one thing that I could have wanted different. But otherwise, basically, perfect in every single way. And the flavor, again, just wow.
Yeah, yeah, most certainly. So that's it, man. Those are two of our best of list. We have more categories coming. They'll be dropping on the site over the course of the week, and then of course next Sunday, we will be going over some more of those on this show and talking about them a little in depth. But before we hop to the next thing, we do have a special guest that'll be joining us this evening.
Mitch, we've got some sound difficulties with you here again.
Is it turning off again? Am I good?
Yeah, we've got some sound difficulties with you here again. Apologies, everyone. We are having our first, of course, technical difficulty round. We will be working on getting Mitch's audio back here any moment. We had to add. We tried to up the quality of the audio this round, of course, with the microphones.
All
Say
right.
something again.
Hello, 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 hello,
It's a.
hello.
It's
Am I
still
back?
pretty. It's still choppy.
What the hell? Am I back? Am I back? I look good on the meter. All right, hold on.
What's nothing like a podcast episode without some technical difficulties.
I
Everybody,
know.
take your joint, take your weed, and smoke one because Mitch has got to figure it out.
All right, come on. All right. Hello, hello.
There we go.
It's good.
There we go. There we go.
I'm back.
Yes, we're back on the beat.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, let me know if it goes out again. I got to switch out these cords or something. Gotta love it when you're running live and we're not in the studio. So, all right. With that being said, we are gonna have a special guest today. I'm about to patch him in right now.
Lick Cam Funny coming in hot.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on?
Yo, what's up, my man?
Man.
All right,
Oh,
Cam, can you give the people a little bit of brief introduction to yourself and where you're currently residing, my guy?
Yeah, so my name Lick Cam Funny. I used to be the real Cam. That was my old Instagram, but I got hacked twice. What I do is like I try to influence people. Like try to make people laugh. Basically, be a comedian. And stuff. Yeah, and I just want to make people happy in the world and stuff.
Yeah, a young content creator. I mean, gone viral numerous times. I mean, over 500,000 followers across various social media outlets. Clearly been able to build up a following and clearly have cracked the code in terms of the internet and social media and just increasing reach at a huge level. You're a young individual. When did you get started? Like, how long ago did you get started?
I was 9 years old when I first started. When my first video blew up, I was 9 years old. And it was like I didn't really think it would go do nothing because my cousins and like they was like oh, we just gonna post it because it ain't good, it ain't gonna do nothing. But like it like blew up. And it
That was was that your first video that you put out that blew up, or that you're just recalling your first video that actually blew up?
yeah, my first video that when I first did it, it was the fuck Valentine's Day video. That one it blew up just straight up. Cause it was like people was the mood and people were single at the time. And they was like, oh yeah, fuck Valentine's Day. I ain't got nobody, so fuck it.
He's but man, ahead of your time. And so since then, you obviously, I mean, you've built quite a bit of a following. And have you put like a ton of strategy into what you've done, or have you really just been yourself on camera and just kind of put that out there, and then people have just gravitated to it?
Yeah, I always just try to be myself.
So what's
That's
that?
dope.
You're
That's
at your
dope.
mom, are you the funniest one in your family, or is there someone funnier than you?
It's me. It's out of me and my cousin. Like we used to have like competitions who was funny and stuff, and they never like knew who was always the funniest.
You got for that spot though. I mean, you got more followers though, right?
Yeah, I got more followers though.
That's the real flex.
So
Well,
what?
shoot, man, we run a music and cannabis website, and so today we wanted to ask you at least a couple questions. Now, it's our understanding that you're going to be getting more and more into music, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about kind of your passion and inspiration behind that.
So like at first, like I wasn't taking it serious, but now like I'm starting to take all of it serious because like things take off and stuff. Like it's going good, so I get serious about it, and my fans they like it. So yeah, like if I like it and they like it, that's
Yeah, you got to follow, and you might as well see if test it on them, see what they like, see what they don't. Ask them.
Yeah, I be telling on them. Yeah, and they straight up with me. They tell me if they don't like it, that they don't. I mean,
Yeah,
if they yeah.
that's real. That's real. Are you gonna do your own merch and things like that as well?
Yeah, I got the merch for my self and the fuck bill merch. They've been asking for the fuck bill merch for forever, so I'm getting on there right away.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, you got to be able, in the lane of being an influencer, right, and have an audience, diversifying the type of content you put out, which I know you've already done through different types of skits and sketches, unique stuff, pranks, and all that. But then also being able to diversify those revenue streams, right? You got an audience that's tapped in with you and clearly like things about you. So being able to present different products and lanes, whether it's music to listen to and stream or merch like that, I think it's definitely key, man. So what, you're signed to a management group, correct?
Mhm.
And kind of how is your approach to the business side of thinking changed since you've entered that?
Like when they first like when they reached out and stuff, and like other people was trying to sign me, but like they never like they like they never came to me. Like they straight up came to me. They was telling me stuff. They was putting it all on the table, like what they want to do for me and what they gonna do for me. And it's taking off right now. Everything going so good right now. Like it's just really a blessing.
That's dope. That's dope. Big shout out to Six Figure Management.
What is the biggest? I know you said fuck Valentine's Day was the first one that went viral. What's been your biggest viral video thus far?
It'd have to be the unemployment one, and yeah, the unemployment one, because everybody was doing the unemployment, and they was just like, oh yeah, he got some, he got some knowledge. No,
Yeah, that was one of my. I was just looking through it again earlier. I had discovered you a couple of weeks ago when Six Figure had ultimately like first met us and connected and was like, yo, I got this funny influencer, this comedian, he's about to become an artist. He was like showing us the shit, and I was like, yo, this guy's about to blow up. 10 years of this, and we're about to see him on Netflix soon. You know what I mean?
yeah,
About to see him in
that's
some
all
movies.
I be talking about. Like I want to work for Netflix so bad. Like I'm saying if I had a show on Netflix, I would want it to be different because everybody now like they stuff the same. Like I would really want my stuff to be different and unique. I would want people like to think like what happened in the next episode, what happened in, like stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You don't want to do no reality TV dating show, huh? That's what you saying? Oh, fuck.
That's bullshit. Don't nobody, ain't nobody want to watch that.
We're tired of that. We're tired of that for sure, for sure.
Um,
So tell us a little bit. I'd like to just still kind of circle back around to the music. Tell us a little bit about the kind of music you're about to make, and is there a style to describe it that you could use to describe it, or is there like an artist that you kind of are inspired by to?
Like artist inspired by it have to be Kevin Gates. Yeah, Kevin Gates. Like I like his music. I like Young Boy. Like I like all of their music. Because that's what I grew up on. And I like some old people music like King Von, Lil Durk, Lil Baby, all of them like stuff like
Yep,
that.
yep,
what's rolling?
for
Yeah.
sure.
Have you been making music for a while, or is it kind of just something that you did? I know you said you're just now starting to take it serious. It was something that you did that you were passionate about, or you just did it just to do it?
So me and my cousin, we act like we been did this. This was like when I first. This was like when I was getting in the middle of starting my doing my first video, the Valentine's Day video, and we all of us like my cousin he could rap, and he was like, "Ooh, let's do a little rap song right quick," and I made it and I liked it, and he's like, "We should record it," so we recorded it. We put it on Instagram and they was like, "Oh yeah, I like this." And like the beat went so good with everything. It was like, yeah, I liked it. Like people was actually playing it. I thought nobody would go fuck with it.
And you put
That's
that out
dope.
after you already had a following, right?
Yeah.
So like you said, they're gonna let you know if it was on some whack shit, you would have had hella haters in the comments.
Yeah, they would have told me.
The internet don't lie. That's for damn sure. Now, do you what on your social medias? You know, we saw you have Facebook, you're on Instagram, you got YouTube. Is there a place that you first started out on?
Instagram.
Instagram, and then when
Yeah,
did you?
Instagram.
Yeah, when did you start putting other stuff on other places?
Then it was then on Facebook because somebody posted my video. It was either it was on YouTube then. Then it was on YouTube and they was like, oh yeah, and they just started posting. They was like, oh, he need to make a channel. We would love to see what he doing today because like they already know my fans already know nothing I do is fake. Like I love to keep it real with people. That's just the type of person I am.
Yeah. Do you have any like series that you're working on now or anything that you're like, that you can kind of like share with the fans that you've been working on?
I've been working on like a short little documentary on my YouTube channel. So,
What-
cause people always they always want to see like how I came up and what I've been doing and stuff. But y'all just gotta watch that and y'all gonna see everything.
For sure. I like that. That'll be
Well,
dope. We're definitely about to tap in.
could you describe kind of the day in the life of what you do? You know, are you still in school? You just kind of content creating and cooling, or
Yeah, I'm still up in school. Like I always said if school, like if this stuff didn't work out, because before this I always wanted to be a scientist. Like cause I'm good with all type. I'm good with like chemicals, like computers and all of that stuff. Like I always said, I always got a plan B, and that's gonna be school.
Mm.
Got to, for sure. Mitch and I both graduated from college, so we highly recommend going through the whole process just so that way you can get that foundation to do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Nobody can take that away from you at the end of the day, your education.
Yeah, hard work it really do pay off.
and
Hell yeah.
it's a good network. You know, Joey and I actually met in college, so I mean, you know, some of the people that you meet in college are the people you end up starting businesses with and working with. You know, so that's good. So how much you creating? Are you creating content every single day?
No, I don't create it every single day. Like, I ain't posted a video on like since New Year's or something like that. And they been blown. Like they DM me, they was like, "You need to make videos right now. You need to do stuff. You need to do this and that." And I'm like, "Y'all, I got stuff to do." They was like, "We don't care. We just want videos." They said they don't care what it is. They just want to see me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's dope.
mean that's the thing, dude, is you built a community of people and they literally just they would love to just see your shit all the damn time. I know I was looking through your Instagram earlier and I kind of felt the same way. I was like, damn, the more videos I watched, the more I was laughing. And so if there was something there every day, I know Instagram would show that shit to us. You know what I mean? And there's this quote from one of my favorite entrepreneurs, and I'll leave it nameless, but you want to have impact on as many people as you can, and you're a funny fucking person. So you might as well try to just make everybody laugh as best as you can, as often as you can, especially at this early stage.
Yeah, and all of this stuff that's going on, we gotta have something to laugh about.
Oh man,
That's
and
right.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I literally watched every single one of your videos right before, in the last, couple hours, and then also a little bit yesterday, and every single one I thought was pretty funny. All the posts, and not every post is supposed to be funny, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
What was supposed to be literally every single one was just like, damn, bro, what like you said, Netflix eventually, right? It's just about meeting the right person at the end of the day.
And
So
then, do you have any like interest in doing like stand up comedy and doing stuff in that format, or?
people always ask me this, and I'm like, I really don't know. Like, I don't know yet, but I would love to do it like with other comedians and like people that been doing it, so they could help me and they could influence me and stuff. You know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
What's what are some tips or some advice for some some young hustlers out there that are putting content on the internet? What's some kind of your advice of A, creating the content, and B, like being successful with putting that content out there?
I the one of the best things is like, cause I stopped like at a point in time, cause it was too much hating stuff. I had stopped, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna let these fucking haters bring me down and shit. So I was like, I might as well keep on doing it. Like, don't never listen to what the haters got to say. Read the positive comments. That's what I always try to look at is the positive comments, because them the ones they gonna rock with you either way.
Appreciate that feedback. That's super solid for the fans for sure.
And try to always like if you see somebody around you trying to do what you do, everybody's not trying to help. Everybody's not trying to help you. Some people just want to come up. So like I try to help people. You know.
I mean, that's a good yeah, that's a good tip right there because I think a lot of people while they're on the come up, right, just the crabs in a barrel type mentality of people think that there's not enough to go around, and that jealousy and letting into that hate or that dark side, right, that's just gonna knock you off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, jealousy.
That's a strong mindset to have, though.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Like, what do you think has been most successful in you getting, acquiring new fans and getting reach and getting shares? You feel like it's just putting out content that people engage with, or have you done anything like, or did you do anything strategic in terms of like, I'm gonna make a video every single day, or I'm gonna go really hard on hashtags, or it was really like just putting the content out there and people really just gravitated towards it?
Yeah, it was like putting the content out there, and they was sharing and stuff. They was putting the hashtag and stuff. It was like I have to do the work. They was like we was going. They was basically to me. They was saying that we gonna make sure he be a star. We got to do it. They was coming together and doing it.
Hmm. Like, yeah, you had a support group of some sort.
Yeah, like the fan pages. It was a lot of people. Some people. It was some people from Atlanta, Houston. Like they like me a lot of there. So I'm definitely gonna go out there.
Let's do. You got plans for a tour eventually?
Yeah, I was just talking about that. I want to do a World Tour stuff, but I don't know.
Hey man. Just so I tell you what, bro. I mean, obviously with your management group and all that, you know, you come up with a good idea and you're passionate enough about it. I think you're surrounded with some people that can make it happen, and I think that's what's super cool is like I was saying, man, you're got funny content, you're building a brand, you're a young entrepreneur, you're gonna do some really great things. And it sounds, from what we've gathered, at least here on the, this brief chat with you, like you got a strong mindset, bro. So stay on the grind, man. You killing it. You really doing some solid things. You're gonna be able to, have a strong impact on the world. We appreciate what you do. Appreciate you coming onto the show today, hanging out with us. Our whole mission with this interview was to really gather and kind of extract some information to share with other people to inspire others. So appreciate you.
Yeah, and I just want to say thank y'all for having me on y'all show, and I appreciate y'all looking at my videos and stuff and supporting.
Of course, man.
100, 100. You got anything else for the people to part them with? Anything coming up or anything you want to plug?
Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at _LeCamFunny_. And just make sure y'all stay tuned, watch, and y'all gonna see the documentary coming out, everything coming out. Y'all just gonna love it. Just stay back and watch. That's all y'all gotta do.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. Lick and Funny checking in here at respectmyregion.com.
Appreciate you, Cam.
All right, man. There we go. The one and only. Man, he's going to be the young legend right there, man. Really, really dope. Shout out to Six Figure Management for setting that up here. Mitch, man, what an interview.
Man, I
A lot
mean,
of
yeah, 13 years old, doing it at that level, that is big, that is admirable. Every kid that age wants to do that. You know what I mean? So like, that's like, a 19-year-old basketball player, right? That's in the NBA, right? When you're young, all these kids want to be influencers on social media and on YouTube. So I mean, that's the pinnacle of where the youth want to go.
yeah.
And I think me and you are a little bit older. We're a little bit more on the business. I'm super behind the scenes, so I'm into the technical aspects. But I also believe the best advice is in best game is the simplest shit. And I think what he said. Two important takeaways for me were not letting the haters get to you and not focusing on the negative. Look to the positive. I think that's super important in anything.
Absolutely.
And then two, he was big about just being himself and putting his own content out there, and it seemed like he didn't try to look to do all the hashtags and try to what time of day do I post, and so many people stress over that shit. It's just about putting shit out there and
Yeah.
refining the shit and letting that shit find people and getting better at what you do. And obviously he was able to sign to a management group who now is able to help deploy and do some of that business stuff. But I think so many of us that put content out get wrapped up in uh what do we
All the
do,
details.
how do
All
we
the
do it?
details that slow us down.
Right, just doing is the only thing that's going to get you there. The details don't, at the end of the day, aren't nearly as important as just doing it.
Some some people are able to post once every 4 months and blow up. Some people can post once a day. Some people can post once an hour. Companies post once a minute sometimes.
Right.
There are a million ways to do and to tell the right story. And for him, like I think one thing that I took away was that he mentioned the support groups, which is huge. Support groups and having the right kinds of engagement can definitely take and propel your content, amplify your message to reach a whole larger group of people. And then ultimately for him, like you said, specific cities and certain areas have supported him. We're on the West Coast. None of those cities were mentioned. Where he's from, there in the South, that's what was mentioned. And so I find it, as per usual, I find it always interesting to see the different kind of data points and which communities are supporting which types of content, comedy stuff, rap stuff, hip hop, cannabis, whatever it is. So always super interesting to see where fans, show love from in large numbers.
Right, right. And so, kind of
500,000 fans.
right. Yeah, I think he's 480,000 on Instagram and over 100,000 on Facebook. So I mean,
Absolutely insane.
and across, I don't know, I didn't look at his YouTube subscribers. We're probably up to six, across all that 600,000 followers on all platforms. 13 years old, and has a head on his shoulder, right? He's got a management group, so he's not just posting random shit. You know what I mean? And clearly he has a purpose and an understanding, and how at 13 years old to understand like, yo, I post funny shit, and to the normal person might just be like, oh, that's some 13-year-old kid doing pranks and being funny. But his outlook was, the world's fucked up right now, and we need some entertainment. And I think that is a super super dope and mature outlook for someone in his position.
Hey man, we're all trying to make moves, and that is a human that has been able to make moves the last year and the last few years, really build his brand, build a name. And so big shout out again to Six Figure Management. Thank you for putting that together. We're here on the RMR podcast. Man, episode 2. Mitch, what else we got coming on next?
Yeah, so every episode we're trying to do a little bit of something on music, a little bit of something on cannabis. So for the music part, I'm gonna kind of tie it into free game and kind of build off the conversation we just had. And in the music marketing space nowadays, um, you know, repost pages and these accounts, whether it's one of our social media channels, say Cheese, the Fizzler, there's a lot of these different pages out there that post music, and they're super impactful for reaching new audiences, and distributing
Mhm.
your music. And, in cannabis and traditional marketing, we call that influencer marketing. In music, they don't necessarily do it, but or call it that. But it's the same thing. And so, a lot of people wonder if it's worth it, if it's not. And I think, anybody can blow up from anything. Like someone might put one video on World Star and it blows up. You might put one video on Instagram organically and it blows up. You might get reposted or pay a promotion package through one of these repost pages and that shit blows up. Very, very rarely is it going to be the first thing you do, or
Yeah.
getting on the Thizzler once and then you just take over their audience or get hundreds of thousands of new fans. Very, very rarely. It happens, but it's very rare. And so, um, when you look at how major labels roll out albums and singles at this time, you know, um, they go through ads on their own account. they pay to get on platforms. They might work radio, they might get on playlist. But getting on playlist isn't if you're Drake and it's a new song, you're getting put on playlist. But your average artist, signed or not, isn't just getting on playlist just because they're signed to Atlantic. These playlist curators aren't like, oh, you're an Atlantic artist, of course I'd love to share you. And so there is money involved in these rollout strategies. And even when you see even the pinnacle, a Travis Scott comes out and repost pages have it on everything, World Star, it's the banner ad. It's because they paid for a campaign where they said, we are going to be everywhere for X amount of days. We want the banner positions, we want the reposts, we want the story post. And they're paying all these different people. And when independent and smaller artists come out, they obviously don't have the budget to compete with a Travis Scott or even really anyone at a major label. But even taking what budget you have and being strategic with it, of getting on multiple repost channels. If I had a $2,000 promotional budget for example, and I was working a music video, I'm going to use some of that on ads on my account. I might distribute it through PR to get placed on a couple different blogs, but I'm going to get reposted. I'm definitely going to use some of that money to get reposted, and I'll likely work with at least 3 different pages that touch 3 different audiences, and I would likely have save the money or inquire on the best ones, try and get a 2-pack deal. I'm going to work the single on a Monday, and then I'm going to come back around and work it the next Monday or that Friday. Because that audience, a lot of
Mhm.
that audience might see your name or see your video the first time, but they didn't press play. They watched it with the sound off. And when they see it the second time, and maybe not even the second time, but the third time, that's when they're finally like, I'm gonna turn the sound on. I'm gonna check this out. Um, Same thing in advertising. You're scrolling through the internet, you see $5 off plus free shipping. Does that make you immediately run to that website and buy it, even if it's something you want? Probably not. But when you see it 2, 3, 4 times, you're like, okay, I know I want that, and I keep seeing this ad. Now I'm going to act on it. And musicians need to think about the same thing with their music, being that you don't just pay to get on one of these pages or these influencer accounts one time. You need to work it kind of methodically and strategically to be on there a couple different
Yeah,
times to
agreed.
to reach multiple audiences through multiple platforms, but also stay on those platforms enough times to penetrate the audience on said platform.
Hmm. Ads, blogs, PR, copywriting, SEO, social media, reposts from other people, strategically set trends. It never ends, and it takes time to convince people to work with you as well. So it's you got to have it planned out and kind of be flowing and executing as it's going.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And I think the biggest takeaway from like what I just rambled on is for artists to really understand like working these channels more than once, because I see so many people pay for whatever page, Elevator, well, Elevator's not as much anymore, but Elevator, World Star, and then you ask them afterwards, how did that work out for you? And they, oh, it sucked, or oh, it was okay, or oh, it was great. And usually if you ask why, they don't necessarily know. Oh,
For any of those
oh,
scenarios.
they ripped me off if it was a bad experience. Well, no, they gave you the same shit they gave everyone else, but some people blew up, some people didn't. And then if you did great, well, why? Well, it's because it's that page. Well, there's 10 other people that didn't get good results from that page. And so people need to comprehend why. If I have a really like street heavy sound, um, and I really want to showcase just the streets, I'm probably going to work like a World Star and a Say Cheese. And if I were to do it strategically, I would get on World Star numerous times over the point of three weeks, even if it was working the same video or doing a video and then doing another video with a feature of an artist that performs well on World Star.
You got to find these outlets that actually have communities that are relatable to what your music is like, what your product is like, and what your brand is like, what you are like at the end of the day. I
Right.
think that's where what people are consuming is stuff that they can relate to and or that they can envision, right? Also, it's got to be dope.
Yeah.
That's also key. It's got to be quality sounding. Can't be poorly recorded. We're talking quality, quality, quality. And these days as well, kind of dancey, kind of a little bit of a vibe.
I mean, yeah, it depends on it depends on the style of music you have for sure, and the style of audience. But yeah, the vibes are real right now. The R&B. Drake started singing and rapping, and then R&B cats started rapping, and rappers started singing, at a higher level, and I think the music kind of merged to this just vibey feel, that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think, and as always too, through this conversation, our inbox is always open for questions. We might not be able to sit there and have an hour-long conversation with you, but happy to point artists in the right place. And whether it's leveraging our services, our network or not, we're always helpful, or always willing to help artists save money and be effective with what they're doing.
Of course. Yeah, artists, please feel free. Send us your submissions. info@respectmyregion.com for the email. Attention, Mitch, for any submissions, and we will be sure to get that reviewed. Any artists that are looking to go ahead and actually, just, either want just, press articles, if you want to be on other blogs, if you want to run ads and you have a budget and you're ready to go, there are things that you can just buy straight off our website, respectmyregion.com/marketing. Great place for you guys to do that. We work with artists every single day through that avenue. So we can also do custom strategy stuff. Just shoot us an email. We'll talk whatever you guys need. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. The RMR Podcast, episode 2. Mitch, how you living? How are you doing? Are you okay?
In the books. I'm all right. As long as my sound is okay. I got to figure that out.
We'll get there, man. We struggle. We survive. We get back. We adapt. Appreciate you guys all for the love. Please also, of course, make sure to like, follow, subscribe. We've got reviews going on the YouTube taste test. Mitch is going to do some reviews here as well. Mitch, where are you going to go? What are you going to review first?
Man, I don't even know what I'm going to review. I'm still working my way through this West Coast Weed Tour sample.
Oh no, we're pivoting. We're going. We
gotta no, I mean, I'm not working on for the official. I'm just working on what's left over of my personal stash.
Go pick up. Let's see. Let's make a plan right now. Let's see. While we're live on air, let's make a commitment live. So I hold you accountable here. What do we got? Let's do. Go grab a beverage because I saw you drinking a beverage. Go grab a weed beverage and let's check out the Washington weed beverage. Let's get you one on there.
Okay.
Taste test review, episode 1. You guys hold Mitch accountable. Talk some shit in the comments. We love y'all.
Thank you guys.
Love y'all. Peace.